being a good role model for others is not about telling people what to do and teaching people what to do. It's about showing them. It's about, being that role model and living that life and showing people that, well, this is what I do and, this is how it is, and, people are going to see that. They're going to see that, you're doing these things. They're not just going to hear your words and take it on board. So if you think about it, it's more about children. Children take on more about what we do than what we say. So have a think about that. Have a think about how, what you do, your actions speak so much louder than words. What you do is impacting your children's lives. What you say, not so much. Not so much, unfortunately. But what you do is so impactful. If you're telling your kids to, eat fruit and eat vegetables and drink water, but all they see you doing is eating junk and drinking coffee and never exercising, then that's what they're going to learn. They're not going to learn that, well, mum and dad told me to eat this way. That they see that you're doing something. So they think that's normal. They take on more of what you're doing. There's so many things that you can change for your children by what you do as a role model. So think about your actions and think about the things that you can not only, start doing for yourself, but what you can start doing for your children as well. So what is it that you need to change, or what is it that you need to be doing in front of your children? And it can be simple things like reading. My daughter, she doesn't really love to read, but when she sees that I read, she'll pull out a book as well because she wants to be sitting with me and reading a book. So, if your children can see that you enjoy reading as well, then they start to learn that that's not just something you do as a kid and because you're at school and you have to, it's something that you can do for the rest of your life. And exercising. I love that my daughter gets that I exercise. I love that she sees me doing it. She sees me enjoying it. I never whinge about it. I never make it out like it's a chore or something I have to do. It's something that I enjoy, and she gets that that's part of it. So, when she grows up, she won't have this negative aspect that, exercising is about dieting or to lose weight. It's not that. It's to be fit and healthy. So, yes, words come into it, but showing your kids and teaching them ways to, really love life and enjoy it is so much more powerful. And relationships as well. Oh my goodness. I was brought up in a dysfunctional family that's probably classed as normal now, I guess, the step family and the remarriage and all that sort of stuff, At the time it was kind of dysfunctional, but I look back now and we were actually pretty normal. So, I saw my mum and my stepdad and they had this loving, beautiful relationship, and I saw that, he was just so in love with my mum and he would do anything for her, and he would do anything for us kids as well. We thought, but we thought he was a bit of a dick at the time because there were rules and restrictions and we weren't allowed to do this and we weren't allowed to do that. But looking back, I just know that it was because he loved us and he cared for us. So, all of these things that we saw in him makes so much sense to me now. He loved my mum, he protected her, he provided for her, he showed her affection in front of us, so we understood that, there was a loving relationship going on. And I saw how a woman should be treated by a man. I saw that it was about the way he spoke to her, the affection that he showed her, and I grew up knowing that, you don't speak down to women, you don't take on, hate and pain and, physical violence. That, I was never exposed to any of that, thankfully, because what it's done for me is it's shown me what I tolerate in a relationship. It's shown me how I should be treated in a relationship. And now what that's done is, in my marriage, it's allowed me to know what I accept and what I want from it. And what that's done is it's shown our daughter exactly how it is to be in a loving relationship. And the other thing is, one of my other relatives who has never been exposed to a loving, nurturing relationship, she's around my husband and I a lot, and she sees how we are, and she's actually said to me, you guys are my role models. You guys are the people that I see that when I have a relationship one day, this is what I know it's to be like. I know this is the normal, you know, not being told things. She sees how we are. So, you know, it's not just our children that we're role models for, it's other relatives as well. So it's really powerful and impactful when you can show others, you know, the way things should be, the way that you want them to be. So, you know, start thinking about what you can do to show your children and other relatives what it is that you want to expose them to. You know, don't just think about your words. Don't just think about the things that you need to say to people. Think about what you're showing them. Think about what goes on in your household, you know, in your day-to-day life, that you're being a role model every step of the way. You know, go out there and love life, live it to its fullest, and, you know, change the way that, you know, the course of your children's lives by your positive role model. You're being that positive role model, because that's exactly what you're doing. You know, nothing that you say really makes as much of an impact as what you do. So I'm Belinda Whelan. Love life, have trust in yourself, and make every minute count.